Maine's Wabanaki people want the state to restore some rights they say were lost in the 1980 Indian land claims settlement.
A bill to make some changes to that was the subject of an emotional public hearing today. News Center Maine's Hannah Yeshivi reports.
The purpose of LD 1626 is to modernize the government-to-government relationship between Maine and the Wabanaki nations.
A relationship Maine State Representative Rachel Talbot Ross says has been dictated by an unfair settlement act passed 40 years ago. She sponsored the bill and says the state has restricted the Wabanaki's sovereign rights.
It has all led to the hampering of progress for the Wabanaki nations and people, but also for the nearby communities who are losing out on opportunities to partner with tribal nations.
Penobscot Indian Nation Chief Kirk Francis says this bill recognizes and restores the tribe's ability to operate themselves just as other tribes in the country do.
We will not be in a situation of consultation, but more of a consent-based conversation with the state.
Penobscot Nation Ambassador Mullane Dana says the bill would allow them to improve their economic development efforts and have general jurisdiction over tribal lands and resources.
And I think that in a, emotional or spiritual sense, it'll really lift a burden off of our people who have felt very oppressed by the state of Maine ever since this Settlement Act was enacted.
The bill would enhance tribal sovereignty. They would have criminal jurisdiction, fishing and hunting rights on their lands would be restored, and they wouldn't be subject to state and local taxes on their lands.
It is absolutely past time. It has been more than enough time to restore sovereignty.
Some legislators have concerns about the bill, but they weren't available to talk on camera. We're likely to hear more as this bill proceeds and as negotiations between Governor Mills and the Wabanaki tribes progress. Hannah Yeshivi, News Center, Maine.
The next step is for the Judiciary Committee to vote on the bill and decide whether to send it on to the full legislature.